Don't waste your tears regretting what's past. If we just wake up, we still have a chance. The earth, it's hurting, and somebody calling for us to care. The earth, it's hurting, and he's come as a warning, warning us to care, to do our share.
Hello, you are listening to Ultra Q, episode 137. My name is Red. I am joined by Mel.
We forgot to mention last week that the guy singing the outro is indeed Stanley Hired.
That is Stanley. We had confirmation from our source, from Cydrixer, that is Stan. Thank God for Stanley Haggard. Also
He's
joined
so
by Brad.
magnanimous.
Magnanimous in his love for us.
We'll be missing that song this week. Also joined by Brad.
Hi.
Hello.
I got nothing.
No, that's alright.
I got the song, that's about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss that song.
It is funny that it starting like Danger Zone a bit before becoming the Christian rock song for Ultraman.
It opens on like a really I'm like ooh, this bass line, and then Stanley comes in and I'm like, what is this? What is your voice?
We are
bro?
Ultraman. We carry now. It has that vibe though. It definitely has that vibe.
A silver flash streaking through the night.
Don't do that, Ultraman. Put some clothes on.
What do you think the silver is?
Yeah.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, you know what? Mel's got you there.
Yeah.
The silver is not flash. Confirmed. We got the final 3 episodes of Ultraman Great. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this is a pretty good Ultraman.
Damn.
All things considered, I think Ultraman Great. I'm like, yeah, I approve of Ultraman Great. I
don't know if I approve, but I'm happy it exists. If that makes sense.
I mean, we've had worse for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
On a whole, it's been pretty good.
Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say there isn't really any stinkers so much as just like, well, some episodes are a bit like pat, but you know, it's short enough that doesn't overstay its welcome.
Yeah, I think last week that sort of stretch of 4 was the week that was the low point.
I agree with that.
IMO,
but also it's the middle of the show, so
yeah. I think the energy. Arthur Grant is one of my favorite captains in Ultraman.
Yeah, I like him.
What a weirdo.
See, that's my thing with him, is I'm like, I can't decide how much of my endearment towards this man is some of the choices in performance versus what's on the page. It's
the thing is he's a character with an arc through the show. Not that one. He's got because he's getting increasingly we have to do something to help the environment, and then in the 2-parter finale, everyone's objections are like, no, you're doing too much to help you're like you think you can solve the environment with like this invention.
He does have more personality than it feels like the last like 2 or 3 similar captain guys we've had did.
Well, you know, he's not George Clooney, but you know,
he's not George Clooney, but he is Arthur Grant.
I think I remember that in the Jay Hackett interview, he did say that Grant's actor was a bit strange.
He seems like that energy exudes off of him.
Yeah.
He has the energy of meeting one of your dad's old friends for the first time, and then he starts going on about how, like, oh, I haven't seen you since you were in diapers, and then starts to make really weird jokes that, like, some of them you're just too young to get.
I see. I just like him going, like, quoting William Blake. I'm like, okay, bro.
This dude loves to quote poetry. It's pretty funny.
He loves it.
I'll never forget once more into the breach, Ultraman, in like episode 2 or 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
I think episode 11 might be his crowning moment, though.
we gotta get into it.
It's funny that he likes poetry and also likes Pong.
Yes, he's a gamer.
Honestly,
episode
that's
11.
just all my mutuals.
That's true. Episode 11, The Survivalists, also known as, in Japan, the 47th Hangar. Now, this will be a funny detail as the summary goes on. Some guy sneaks onto a military base and makes his way to Hangar 45, where he finds a UFO... 45, not 47, 45. He finds a UFO that seems to be alive and can be directed by thought. This guy is captured, but found to be, in the words of Charlie Morgan, a zombie. The captain identifies this as the work of Norberg, a scientist previously thought dead who had done neurological experiments on clients, turning them into mindless drones that he sent to do eco-terrorism. Jean gets kidnapped by some of these drones, and then she meets Norberg himself, who is just doing, like, Dr. Strangelove via Davros.
I don't know what to think of this guy. But we can get into it later.
He's a strange guy.
Yeah.
He wants information from her about the UFO, and he does a lot of bragging about his plan to use the UFO technology to let him and his chosen few survive the destruction of Earth, I think. Meanwhile, Jack goes to the Norberg clinic pretending to be a regular patient, and he gets put in the bimbofication device. But he resists it with the power of Ultraman, and now he's undercover as a Norberg drone. Norberg and his drones take Jean with them to attack the military base and grab the UFO. Jack's cover gets broken. He and Jean are too late to stop Norberg from standing up out of his wheelchair and getting warped into the UFO pilot seat. Norberg takes the UFO and attacks the Yuma base. Now, Arthur Grant has been in despair over the idea of the young running off to die for the sake of the ideological rivalry between old men like him and Norberg. He's busy playing Pong as his base gets invaded, and he says, "The world that could foster a Norberg deserves one," which is a line so hard he suddenly remembers he's goated, and he gets on the mic to talk shit to Norberg, like, "Hey, listen, man, no man is an island. Evolution isn't about strength, it's about harmony." And Norberg is so defeated in the marketplace of ideas that he gets immediately killed by the narrative as the UFO morphs into a kaiju spaceship. Jack transforms into Ultraman, but doesn't destroy the UFO, instead chasing it off until it returns to space. Back at base, Jack, Jean, and Lloyd rib Arthur about the fact he was gaming while shit was going down. The end.
I'm happy this show, right in the 11th hour, did the thing where it's like, oh, but sometimes environmentalism can go too far.
Yeah.
And we have the token eco-fascist.
It's sort of... He's a weird eco-fascist, because he seems to have given up. His crime appears to... his final sin is that he doesn't care anymore, I guess. I don't know. Because, what is his deal right here? What is he trying to do?
I do like that as eco-fascist, all of his army guys are white guys.
Lol.
I don't know what they're doing with the fact that he is both, like, in a wheelchair and very flamboyant.
They're doing like Nazi Doctor, because this is
yes.
like the doctor. This is the this is the Doctor Strangelove thing, which if you haven't seen Doctor Strangelove or haven't seen clips of Doctor Strangelove, I can imagine this whole performance coming across completely baffling.
I meant to watch it like a couple months ago when they were reading shot by genre. It was like Philip K. Dick? Was it Dick?
Dr. Blood Money?
Yeah. Which I did drop that book because I did not care for it. But I meant to watch Doctor Strangelove and I did not get to it.
Great movie.
So Doctor Strangelove himself is a so Doctor Strangelove is the movie about America accidentally. There's a plot to try to send a nuclear attack against the Soviet Union, triggered by a guy in the army who's so anti-communist he's lost his mind, and and then the movie is there's a bunch, the president and a bunch of military officials are in the war room and trying to either get the bomb back, to either get the planes to turn back around or to get them all shot down. And Peter Sellers plays multiple characters in the movie because he's
I didn't know he played multiple characters. I didn't play Doctor Strangelove, but I didn't know he played other characters. He
plays the president. He also plays an RAF officer in it. But yeah, he's Doctor Strangelove, and Doctor Strangelove is he works for the American government in their nuclear weapons program, and he has been Operation Paperclipped. He is a Nazi, and his right arm, he is in a wheelchair, and his right arm is his hand is in a glove. And his right arm has a mind of its own and doesn't seem to realize that it's not that they're not working for the Nazis anymore, and so it keeps accidentally doing a Nazi salute. So this performance here is just full Doctor Strangelove, but his wheelchair is motorized. But he's so... the performance is not strong.
No.
He's not Peter Sellers.
No, and it's not it mostly comes across... It the moment he enters is just this is camp. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. I kind of feel like part of the reason... I felt... My brain kept going to, the reason the ideas of this guy seem a little confused is I feel like this was written with a real horseshoe theory ass perspective in mind of people who want to do things just inherently don't make sense and are doing evil bad thing.
I mean, yeah, we live in a liberal society. That's just what the hegemony believes.
Yeah, so it's just humans...
Killmonger is right, but too much.
Humans deserve to die, and something about, because, we gotta save the environment, don't worry too much about the details, or, what this means for my soldier army.
Yeah, he puts a bunch of soldiers in a dump truck, and then they try and do a Mishima coup.
Yeah, my other thing is the brainwashed soldiers are very right-wing militia coded in a way that people doing the real hard environmental action are making bombs. They're not they don't have assault rifles. Different flavors, very different flavors. I was
also the people who there's obviously a brand of eco-fascist, which is more using environmental issues to push fascist eugenics, whereas most of the people who are presumably going to bomb a pipeline in Minecraft are going to be more left-wing.
Yeah.
It is ultimately just it's a combination of, it's also just weird that his, like, again, his eco-fascism is not what he's doing now, really. Like, his eco-terrorism, even. Just him attacking, I can't remember what they say he sent people to go kill, but, like, he killed some guy who's involved with, like, mining or something. He's not doing that anymore. He's going to leave the Earth or something. He's going to flee. He's going to take his pure chosen people to a new world, which is an extremely fascist idea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Australia. I said like colony, so
yes,
he's just doing Australian things.
Yes,
which are also American things, but etc.
It's in the eugenics the episode of Star Trek that Khan is from, the spaceship he's on is called the Botany Bay.
Oh.
Anyway,
maybe it'd be helpful if we had like some sort of really in-depth mecha podcast to tell us about ecofascism.
Oh, I see.
In a 6-part series about a movie, but anyway.
God, that Shara-Aznable. What a rapscallion.
I saw they were doing an episode of Yugoslavia. I was like, this feels cursed to me, even though I know that I would also do this.
But
I do it correctly.
I see. Naturally.
You've listened to the Golden Camway pods, some of you.
Yes.
My work speaks for itself.
The other thing in this episode is Arthur. Well, okay. Another thing, Mel, could I get you to maybe hit a button that you haven't hit in a while? I don't know what the deal is with Norberg standing up out of his wheelchair to get into the UFO.
Now, I do want to say, like, just because someone is in a wheelchair and needs it doesn't mean they can't walk at all times. But
see that is true.
I guess also the people writing this wouldn't think that.
Yes,
this is
my assessment.
It did read to me as alien magic a little bit in the moment. I'm not
okay.
Gonna
So
lie.
I will hit the button.
I believe in miracle. Ultraman, thank you.
We can't thank Ultraman for that one.
No, we can't thank Ultraman for that one, but we can. This is another. This is the in his comparison with Dr. Strangelove, the very end of Dr. Strangelove is Dr. Strangelove getting out of his wheelchair and yelling, "Mein Führer, I can walk."
That's a 24 now, by the way. Just to make sure.
Damn, that's higher than I was gonna.
It's
twice. Return of Ultraman was crazy.
Yeah.
It's now twice as much as the second entry, which is genocide.
I see. So Arthur Grant, the him getting up out of the wheelchair, I very much just feel, because they're so in, like, oh, we're doing Doctor Strangelove, we're doing like Davros, right? This is via Davros a little bit. I think.
I am curious now, how much of the Strangelove homage was in the original draft, and how much was rewritten by the Australian team?
Well, let me tell you when we get to the writer.
Oh, okay.
Because I have a feeling, given who wrote it, it could have been very intentional.
Okay.
I see.
Because my first thought was like, is Strangelove a pull a Japanese writer would put?
I definitely think so.
Though also it does occur to me that, like, oh yeah, I guess it does make sense a Japanese writer might also write an episode plot about some guy trying to do a coup at an Air Force base.
Well, there is that. There is also I'm just gonna say it. As covered, Mr. Konaka, big fan of Western cinema.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
You know what?
That's a man who watched a Kubrick movie.
Yeah, that explains everything.
Man, this being a Konaka, the captain's gaming in the Konaka episode.
I don't know what the captain's doing in this episode, because he spends like half of it being checked out and like nihilistic, and then at some point he just decides to lock in.
Yeah, it just reaches the point where he just kind of accepts that he has to do his job, which is like a weird, which is its own sort of weird kind of nihilistic like portrayal of a man.
Oh, Mel, I don't want to step on your part of things. Did you see this thing in the trivia section about the rewrites for this one?
I believe I did, yeah. I think I don't have a lot of trivia for like the next two episodes. I think this episode is actually the one where I have the most trivia for this week.
Okay,
how about we just do both of your bits now while we're talking about it?
Yeah, well, I mean, the only bit I really had was Sato's Konaka. But yeah, go ahead with the trivia if you have it, because I think this might aid our conversation.
From the Ultraman wiki, according to a 2017 interview with the Japanese production staff, the episode underwent the most extensive rewrites by the Japanese writers. Sho Aikawa recalled that Kanaka often brought up the idea of UFOs at the time. Inspired by this, Aikawa first drafted a story about a preserved alien mummy that is taken aboard a spaceship. In Kanaka's version, a UFO captured on Earth is confronted by another UFO sent to retrieve the alien mummy. In the end, the two UFOs merged to form a single monster.
How did we get from that to this? That's such a leap.
I mean that certainly explains why the episode is a mess and why the villain's motivations look like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find
also
the UFO is like the least of what I'm thinking about with this episode.
I do like the UFO though.
It's cool.
It is a good UFO.
Was made called UF0. Was intended to be made for puppetry, but there was also some parts where they added suit actors. Originally, in the early design phases, it was supposed to be a fully transforming robot called Robomb before it was changed into more techno-organic creature. And this is what it used to look like.
Ooh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this.
This is one of the things that Watto's yelling at in The Phantom Menace.
Yes, this is.
I'm on the last episode I have to listen to for AMCA. I'm all fully 100%.
Oh, then you're all caught up?
Yeah.
100%?
This might be the show I keep... And I guess it's only happened a grand total of 2 times across 13 episodes, but I feel like every time for this show we get the concept art of like, oh, this is what this was originally going to be envisioned as. Like, fuck. It's so much cooler than what we got on screen. But it's much easier to draw a thing than make a 3-dimensional costume a guy is in.
Yeah.
Or puppet that a guy is partially in. So I get it.
I do like the UFO as just thing that grows limbs.
And then just eats
at some point.
the guy Norberg from the inside.
Yeah.
Apparently on the Japanese wiki it said like in one of the story bibles or whatever, it's like Norberg accidentally just happened to go inside the food compartment.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna bring it up because like that's just dumb lore stuff, but I also thought it was funny.
Yeah. The horizontal stature of it did remind me of like the killbots we see in late Omega a little bit, just because of the shape. But the only other point I really want to hit on with this episode is like something I feel like we've said with episodes before, but like personally speaking, I think you get at least a little bit of a stronger episode if instead of these guys all being brainwashed, like they just believe in it, right?
Yeah, I think that the instinct to do sci-fi brainwashing does sort of sap that.
Let me tell you why Setsuna's arc in Fresh Precure is the best iteration of that.
I see.
But also, you know, there's
Fresh
also
Precure is so
downstream
good.
of like this feels also downstream of like, oh yeah, communists have to be brainwashing people because the idea that they may be educated people into thinking their ideas are just better than ours is unthinkable, and therefore we invent MK Ultra to try and also discover brainwashing.
This is why, despite being not a communist not a communist book, Childhood's End is really good. Is all all those people turning to definitely not a metaphor for communism do so willingly. and it's just that, you know, my man's fucking
Childhood's
terrified
End at some point. I'm just also
I think there's a lot in it you're going to find very objectionable.
Well, yes,
but it's good.
But I guess I'm also subjecting myself
sci-fi
to
promise.
Hyperion, etc. So
I have fond memories of Childhood's End.
The main villain of Xenogears is a reference to Childhood's End.
Let me tell you, there's a lot of things that are a reference to Childhood's End.
Well, yes.
More things need to... This is a different author, but more things need to borrow from The Last Question. What a banger of a story.
I haven't read that one.
Oh, that's a good one. It's very short. It's very good. It's like,
that's the other classic sci-fi promise.
That's why they built Earth to figure out for 42.
It's like, hey, you know, the real big question at some point we're going to be faced with no matter what? Entropy. It exists.
I see.
Cube being like, not if I have anything to say about it.
I can solve this problem. I got a plan. It's a definitely good plan. It won't backfire.
Is this the worst Konaka episode?
No.
What
was the other Konaka episode? It was
There was only one, right? It was
there's 3, right?
Oh, what's the hang on. Here's the thing. It's not that you might be right. But I think I somehow find too much of this compelling to think of it as the worst of anything.
Also, we have...
Oh, no, maybe there is only the one other Konaka episode. I'm silly.
I mean, yeah, this is definitely, like, weaker than the Gunja episode.
Yeah.
I think the captain of Yuma being, like so driven to the point where he's like... I ain't fucking doing shit. The whole world can fucking burn for all I care. And then just, he kind of gets over himself enough to save the world.
He just needed to play enough Pong.
Yeah. It's such a
Someone should introduce him to Arkanoid.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur Grant. I have a gotcha game for you where a bunch of people can call you Commander. That you might be interested. Once more into the breach, Rappy.
You understand, Charlie. You don't know what she's been through.
We need to see if we can get, I don't know, some kind of edit done where the fucking screen he's playing with is just showing footage of Nikkei.
I might be able to do this.
Okay. Is there anything
Charlie plays
more
Genshin Impact.
Charlie Gay's Genshin Impact. Wow. Yeah, Charlie plays Genshin Impact. He definitely has bad taste. That's true. I don't think I can do the rest of them. I don't think I can do that.
I just don't think the others play gacha games.
I see.
They don't give me... They don't give... Like, I think the rest of them give me the vibe of, like, they see someone on a Steam Deck and they go, are you playing Pokemon? They're one of those.
Lloyd plays Madden.
Does the
Actually, no, he's Australian, so it'd have to be like an Australian football game.
I see.
Which is apparently a thing that exists that is distinct from other forms of football.
What, Aussie rules? Yeah.
I
don't know what the rules are.
Yeah,
but
another weird thing is that Canadian rules football is apparently different than American rules football, despite being like pretty similar.
Okay, it's a slight variation.
Yes, I don't know the details because I'm not a sports person, but there is like a difference in like field size and other things.
That's funny.
It is
I didn't know
strange.
That.
It's funny that my brain went to like safety reasons and not the more mundane.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably like, hold on, actually, I think, let's see, Canadian versus American Fruit Loops. What are you talking about?
They have Fruit Loops in Canadian football?
A comparison of
they feed them little treats.
American and Canadian football or gridiron codes of football that are very similar. Both have their origins partly in rugby football, but some key differences exist. Rugby football was introduced to North America and Canada by the British garrison in Montreal. In 1874, the United States Harvard University hosted McGill University to play the new game derived from rugby football in a home series. When the Canadians arrived early to take advantage, James Times. Thus, many of the similarities and differences between the two games came out of the original series where each home team set the rules. For instance, Harvard, because of the lack of campus space, did not have a full-size rugby pitch, so the pitch was only 100 yards. Because of the reduced field, the Harvard team opted for 11 players per side, 4 fewer than the regulation of 15 for rugby.
Mm-hmm.
While the American team... Interesting. So it seems like a lot of the things that set that apart is just because they happen to play at Harvard and then made the standard in the US based on that.
That's pretty funny. I suppose. Listen. I suppose that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You can go. There's an entire Wikipedia article on this, so you can go read if you're a sports person.
Cool.
I just want to briefly mention that like Jack goes into like the Channing Booth brainwashing thing, and he has a conversation where Ultraman just has to give him like moral support.
Yeah, Ultraman's in there just like, don't worry, I'm not gonna let you get brainwashed. You're gonna be cool.
This is the most chatty Ultraman we've ever had, and I still feel like I couldn't really tell you the man's opinions, what he does for fun.
Listen,
he kills aliens.
Yeah,
we've had Serato.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's our chatty Ultraman. It took Surf Dracula. Is there anything more to say about this episode?
No, I think this is my favorite one this week, but I got some beef with it. But it's
okay.
It's at least fun to noodle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, episode 12 is called The Age of Plagues, also known as...
I mean, it's a two-parter, so we're probably gonna...
I'm gonna go straight into episode 13 when I'm done, but I want to give you the title. Episode 12, The Age of Plagues, also known as Its Name Was Destruction. 2 legendary monsters appear.
Okay.
And episode 13 is called Nemesis, aka Eternal Hero. 2 legendary monsters appear.
Oh, they appeared last week. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they appear again. Arthur Grant is proud to announce that Yuma have their very own satellite, and they will soon use it to begin their most ambitious project yet, the repair of the ozone layer. Jean, Jack, and Kim oppose this, calling it unnatural and stating that we're part of Earth, not its rulers. Meanwhile, a sea kaiju has emerged from the deepest trenches of the oceans and started wrecking fishing ships and spreading a microbe that deoxygenates the water. This could spell the end of the world. Yuma discovers that the sea kaiju is totally resistant to their attacks, and they also recover a strange plate that's millions of years old and has an inscription on it. Jack seems to recite some of what it says. One that was bound in the deep, one that was born to the sky, one shall be called from its sleep, and darkness shall follow the cry. One ring to rule them all. Grant starts researching the plate at a museum, but General Brewer from episode 6 is back, and he will spend the whole of this two-parter calling everyone else a gay pussy and advocating for the use of bigger and bigger weapons against the kaiju that are totally resistant to attack. We learn that time is passing, and society in Australia is teetering on the edge of chaos as water shortages hit and rationing is put in place.
Mad Max, let's go!
Yeah. A second kaiju is approaching Earth from space, and General Brewer has permission from Yuma Command to use the satellite to blast the kaiju. On Earth, the sea kaiju arrives on land, and Yuma has to fight it off as best they can. Jack transforms into Ultraman and gets owned. The narrator informs us that Ultraman has been defeated. The Yuma team has no answer to the latest invasion, and Earth lies defenseless before its enemies. to be continued. Shall I just continue into the next one?
Yeah.
I should just go. All right.
And I do want to highlight
Mhm.
Ultraman just kind of gets shot by a ball and then is like gone. Like
No, what happens is the kaiju sends a ball at him. Ultraman parries it, and the kaiju parries it back at him a second time. And Ultraman's like, "Oh."
They do the Ocarina of Time like tennis ball blast parry.
To me, this is Sekiro Lightning.
Yeah.
Did Ike happen in this episode or next episode? Is that his...
Ike showed up in episode 12, but I didn't include him in the just to be neat and tidy. I didn't include him in the summary. I included him in the summary for the next one.
Okay.
Some time has passed, and both Jack Shindo and Ike, the intelligence guy, went missing in the attack at the end of the last episode. Jack washes up on a beach, and Ultraman tells him they've only got one transformation left. Ike, who has abandoned his post to help out some survivors, leaves a beacon so that Yuma find Jack. Jack is welcome back to Yuma, but he's little help to Arthur Grant, who wants to know everything about the inscription on the plate he can find out. There's a TV preacher that the survivors watch sometimes, and he's always going on about submitting to the judgment of the kaiju, who are clearly the planet's revenge against humanity. This TV preacher shows up at the museum, knocks out Grant, and steals the plate. We get Jack and Jean talking about how not even their mutual friend can damage the sea kaiju. Speaking of, this sea kaiju arrives at the survivors' camp where the TV preacher is hiding out. Ike manages to snag the plate in the chaos. Up in space, Charles is given the order by Brewer to fire the laser at the sea kaiju, and I'm gonna be honest, to me, it doesn't look like the weapon fails to work. It looks like they fucking miss. We get archival footage of missiles being launched, and then a missile PNG slides across space and into the space kaiju. The explosion does nothing. Kim and Lloyd are about to ram their Hummer straight into the kaiju, but they are persuaded that that would be a bad idea. Charles activates the ozone repair project, and it does nothing. The third monster in the prophecy, it's Earth, it's alive. And Arthur Grant starts being like, to see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wildflower. Ike returns the plate to Yuma, and the team heads out for the final showdown. The space kaiju lands on Earth, ready to team up with the sea kaiju. Grant loads the plate into Jean's gun. I don't know.
That's how
Yuma
it
shoots. Yuma shoots at the kaiju, does nothing. Jack transforms into Ultraman, also kind of does nothing. The sea kaiju fires its attack at Yuma, and it gets bounced back by the plate and destroys the sea kaiju. What if it didn't shoot the plate? Well, I don't know. That leaves Ultraman to defeat the space kaiju, which he does Beat Saber style. Ultraman releases Jack from himself, separating the two, and then flies the body of the kaiju back to space. Grant and Jack observe the last lines of the prophecy have been fulfilled, and Jack says, "We've been given another chance." The end.
It needs to be highlighted that Jack walks off screen to transform into Ultraman, and then when Ultraman goes back to space, he just walks back on screen behind everyone.
Yes.
From behind the bush.
So, where do we start with these two episodes?
I don't know who is that guy who was there a point to that guy? Did I forget something in my?
Oh, the preacher? I have no fucking clue.
He whacks Arthur and then I don't know.
It's I think he's an unnecessary inclusion. He gets the plate away from Arthur, and he's the one saying doomsaying and convincing Ike and all the survivors to just give in or whatever.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of people in the world of Ultraman Great who are just fucking ready for the end.
Yes. So these last two episodes walk a weird line on how much you're allowed to do to try to help. Because if you try to help the environment too much, you're being anthropocentric. If you give up, you're just letting humanity die. You're letting whatever. I was like, okay, I have to figure out what is going on, because at the very beginning of this two-parter, Arthur Grant is like, okay, we've got our satellite, and we want to try to repair the ozone layer. And immediately, multiple characters, including Jack, are like, this is unnatural. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, we should fix the ozone layer that we disrupted.
It's like, it's an odd sort of thing, because it's like, well, the real opposition to this is not, like, the episodes later take a stance against this when it's like, they try it and it doesn't work. And it's like, these characters' opposition to this is not that, oh, it won't work. Their opposition is, this is like human arrogance to think that you could help.
Found something funny on the Ultraman wiki.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the Ultraman Towards the Future wiki page, when it lists all the kaiju, the final kaiju is the one who sleeps below, and you click on it, and it takes you to the same page as like the clone Jimmy, which is like the tertiary characters page.
Yes.
And then it starts with this, which I'm going to screenshot and paste into the chat.
The one who sleeps below. For more information on the Earth, Blue Link, as it appears in the Ultraman series as a whole, please see its respective article. Shortly after Yuma launches a specialized satellite. Okay.
That's funny.
For more information on the Earth, as it appears in the Ultraman series as a whole, please see its respective. Ridiculous.
The trivia says heavily inspired by the Gaia hypothesis.
Okay.
It is funny to reach the conclusion of like, the Earth is a kaiju.
the Earth is a kaiju. I do think that's kind of like the ultimate expression of when kaiju are natural phenomena.
Yeah. And like the Earth summoning kaiju to punish humanity is pretty fun, which I guess is also, I guess Omega would watch this as yes. What is the answer?
I do truly think this two-parter is entirely confused about what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. That was one of my big beefs with it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like unnatural to blow up a pipeline.
It is, yeah. It's unnatural to try too hard. It's such a weird thing to insist on. Is like, because like it's not the criticism of like, oh, cheap, like quick and dirty, like technological solutions to climate change are only time buying, like an exercise in buying time. That's not the criticism. The criticism is, no, you two. This is human. Maybe we're the disease. I think it's a weak and confused like central idea.
Well, this is also the whole problem with the natural unnatural dichotomy is like it's all bullshit. Like the satellites were built using things on the planet from people who were on the planet. Like it gets so messy when you draw those lines, and it's like there's really bought into it. It's
examples
way too bought
where
into it.
like for instance, if we use carbon capture technology, we can stave off global warming, but like the underlying assumption is that like if you use carbon capture technology, you're not actually like changing the system, you're just putting a band-aid solution as opposed to like actually reforesting or things like that in nature. But also a satellite that fixes the ozone layer is not that.
Yes. it's sort of it's a weird example to pick.
It's also a very safe example to pick if you don't want to like actually step on toes in the real world.
Pick something that's unrealistic. That's true. That's true.
What if the world was made of pudding?
What they're doing.
What? I'm always asking this question, Mel. And I never get a serious answer.
What if the one who sleeps below was made of pudding?
I do like the sort of apocalyptic mode that these episodes enter kind of abruptly. I don't know when it happens, but there's some moment in these episodes where it becomes clear that a significant amount of time has passed, and
like just
everyone is rationing.
somewhere randomly in Adelaide, people just started becoming like nomads.
Yes.
Yeah,
at the docks.
At the docks, at this one place that we have permission to film.
Let's be clear, that is the most Toku thing possible.
Oh, I say this with love.
It's just, the Australians yearn for Mad Max.
It's so true. They really do. And we see this in Ike, who gives up his government job to go live the survivor's life.
It's weird that he spends exactly one scene being in uniform, which you've never seen him in before, and then gives it up. Because I was like, is that Ike? And then he does become just like the
narrator had to inform us that was Ike. Let me find the. I got some
which
more
is,
of his narration.
He's come a long way since his first line of Uma, more like Puma.
Classic.
In a deserted container terminal, Ike contemplates his new career path. Thank you, narrator.
We will miss you.
We will miss you. Ike has like a little arc in these episodes because he is like, there's like a bit where Kim's concerned about him because he's like, here, take my rations. I'm a light eater. It's my metabolism. And like it's clear that he's just giving out his food to other people because in his heart he's a good man, and gives up his post because he's standing guard on like supplies, and some kids sneak in and they're like, "Yeah, we live here," and he's like, "All right, I'll help," which is it's all right. He eventually finds the correct middle path, which is to help Yuma.
Yeah.
Which, is what it is. So the what was the prophecy? Did the prophets know that they were going to put the disc in the front of a gun, and then the kaiju was going to shoot that exact spot?
They saw all that shit.
The gun.
It powers the gun somehow.
They just simply didn't have the language at the time to describe ammunition.
Yeah.
A bow of thunder.
A bow of thunder.
This is literally like every fucking like exegesis people try to do with like the Book of Revelations, where they're like,
I see.
Oh, they didn't have the words to describe modern technology, so they had to use flowery poetic language. But this is clearly about like nuclear weapons, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of nuclear weapons, God, this general just loves nuclear weapons. There's that John Boy's video about the Independence Day where he talks about the one character in Independence Day Nimziki, who is just there to be annoying and the worst guy. And if you actually try to think about like what his motivation could possibly be, it could only be that he simply wants to witness nuclear explosions. He wants to be responsible for making nukes explode. That's all he wants. So that's Brewer to me. This is the second time it has been demonstrated, it has been explained to him that no, conventional weapons don't work on this. And he's immediately like, immediate fire every conventional weapon we have. Maybe that will work.
You're saying he's a Holden blood feast.
Absolutely. He just wants to nuke Iran.
Respectable bipartisan.
Respectable bipartisan. It's great. That's from like a whole like list of
Yes.
Of senators or whatever. It's just that's the one that really stuck. Who made my voice? Who made these episodes?
These were both written by Sho Aikawa for the original draft, and once again,
that makes sense.
Cleaned up by Terry Larson and then directed by Andrew Prouse.
I see. I basically like this finale, even though it's stupid.
Yeah,
I think that's my stance on this show. Is
I like that Arthur Grant is just in the museum for some reason.
He's researching the prophecy. He's got his Rosetta Stone, which is the one bit that Jack translated, and now he's going to translate the whole thing, because that's one of his he's into translating ancient languages, I guess. He can do that. He doesn't have people for that.
Yeah,
he does that himself.
He's like, Jack, you and your crazy mumbo jumbo. Anyway, I'm gonna believe your mumbo jumbo right now.
Who is this man? It's Arthur Grant.
I was kind of whatever on the, it didn't really stick with me, is what I'll say. Like the final two-parter here, I don't know, something about it. I was just like, yeah, I guess this is a way to end the show.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll go for it.
I don't think it's like exceptional or anything, but I'm like, yeah, it was fine enough.
I don't really like the monster designs, which I think was.
I also don't care for them, to be honest.
Yeah, we just got Dragon and Thing.
Yeah, they don't really scream. Neither of them really scream final opponent, you know?
No. Oh well. Which finale did we prefer in this show? Because this show has two finales.
Oh yeah, goodness. I don't know.
Stanley is like connected to one of them.
So
I think I have to give it to that. Because here's the thing. I don't actually really... No, you know what? Actually, no, I've changed my mind. Because I was going to say I don't really like Gudis, but I do think the fact that he blows up Gudis from the inside with facts and logic is one of the fuzziest fucking things we've seen in a while. So...
but once you've eaten everything, there'll be nothing left to eat.
Oh, no!
I've been foiled.
It's goofy.
It is goofy.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I just do love Jack walking from off screen.
Yeah, I don't know. I ultimately quite like this show. Maybe against my better judgment, I find it very fun and endearing.
It's
charming.
It's very endearing. I personally think I kind of put this in, honestly, kind of the same camp I feel towards 80, where I'm like, I actually respect a lot of what the show is trying to do. I don't know if they always have the capability to get there, but I appreciate what it attempted to go for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fundamentally, if you were to describe just on paper the idea of an Ultraman show where they sort of deal with the antagonist halfway through and then the other half is going all in on the environmental stuff, I actually think that's really cool. I think, unfortunately, they run to the problem where they're, really only so many of those you could do before it starts to feel like, well, some of these are better than others, and the weaker ones kind of feel superfluous a little bit.
Yeah.
But I respect what they attempted to do. I do wonder, I guess my one surprise with this show, and I'd be curious to see how you two feel about it, I'm a little surprised it feels as close to the other shows as it does in a lot of ways. I thought it'd be a little bit more different. I guess that's partially just because the original screenplays are being done by a Japanese team. I wonder if maybe
Japanese team of Ultraman fans as well.
Yeah.
We're getting to the second generation fans of the thing are becoming the creators of the thing. The Filoni zone, I guess, so to speak.
Oh no!
I do think I wish it was.
Don't scare me like that.
For your consideration, Kanaka Filoni Zone for Ultraman.
Oh my god!
We're gonna be watching an Ultraman, and then a guy with a fucking weird hat and revolvers is gonna show up, and everyone's gonna be like, "No, you don't understand. This guy fucking rules."
That's
like,
Cad Bane. Here's the thing. In the Clone Wars, Cad Bane does rule. I'm not gonna talk shit about Cad Bane.
I'll take your word for it.
He does just keep owning Jedi.
In loving tribute to Akira Kurosawa.
Yeah, absolutely. immediately followed by the worst Seven Samurai tribute you've ever seen.
I've been thinking about rewatching The Hidden Fortress again. Spend a minute.
I have never seen The Hidden Fortress.
It's a good one.
Well, it's hidden.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah, true, yeah.
You know what? I can't find it. I can't find the fortress.
Well, it's always in the last place you look.
Yes. That is true.
The Hidden Fortress also one of those things you watch where when people say, "Oh, a thing's kind of doing a Star Wars," and then it's like, "Oh, it might actually just be doing a Hidden Fortress." But...
I see. Hidden Fortress has Princess Leia and C-3PO and R2-D2 in it, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I say recently, like a few months ago, had the opportunity to inform a friend, a mutual, Aaron, that Star Wars has a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. And they said, "You mean C-3PO and R2-D2?" And I responded by sending them an image of a comic.
As in a character named the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern?
No, much worse.
Oh no.
So here's the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Star Wars comic about two characters called Tag and Bink. Tag and Bink are dead.
Oh.
I've read the second one of these. They beat Boba Fett in a fight.
Anyway, my favorite minor Star Wars character is Vsauce.
Yeah. Vsauce here.
Do you think they would greenlight it if I pitched a comic called Waiting for Watteau?
Oh my god. You should. Wow. Are we done talking about the Ultraman?
Our
usual measure is when we start talking about Star Wars. This
does
I don't even like Star Wars. We wanted to keep
I know. That's why it's so fun.
Well, it's either this or Hololive, Mel. You got to pick your poison.
I can at least carry a conversation about Star Wars. This is true. When you two talk about VTubers, I'm like, I have no context to speak to anything.
You didn't enjoy Red and I's conversation over the clip where Gigi was playing with her worm and then Cecilia acted like your mom and broke into the room?
I didn't watch that video and I was just like, okay, and changed to a different Discord channel.
I really enjoyed CC making Gigi play 12 minutes and Gigi mostly having a great time because she just didn't pay attention to the video game.
Yeah.
There was a run where she went into the bathroom with the cup, shut the door behind her, and while her wife was getting like handcuffed, she was just drinking cup after cup of water from the sink.
What a fucking video game.
Also, the sea Kaiju Kodalar, they made a puppet for the water scene, so they wouldn't put a suit in water, basically. That's the trivia I got.
Cool. Thank you.
For your email.
Before we move on to like sorter stuff and counters.
Yeah.
Could you
Episode
give us
11.
some? Yeah.
Episode 11, 2 minutes 54 seconds. Episode 12, 1 minute 29 seconds. Episode 13, 3 minutes, 38 seconds.
Thank you very much. Do we have any final thoughts about Ultraman Great before we move on?
I feel like there's 3 episodes of this show I'm gonna, think about a lot.
Okay, so that's Mudgedy.
Yeah.
That's the clone.
And that's the Veronica episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will also think about Stanley Haggard.
Stanley I'll think of as a presence, not necessarily because of the episodes he was involved in, but just because of his presence.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's just fun.
The interview and the fact he sings that song is amazing.
Yeah.
What a guy.
That song is ridiculous to me because this is maybe the least applicable Ultraman we have had. Because, he doesn't do any of those things in this show that song's describing. I guess he holds out his hand probably for a few frames at some point.
Ultraman, take his hand. Ultraman, in his shadow, we can look for tomorrow. I know all the words.
Greater than life.
Thank you.
Greater than life.
I guess we can call it Ultraman Pretty Alright.
Ultraman Pretty Alright. Ultraman, it's Australian.
Yeah. Yeah,
Arthur Grant is British.
I truly think the word I will always think of if I had to sum it up in one adjective is endearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's charming. It's interesting. No other Toku / media property is having an Australian spin-off, right? So.
No.
Hold on.
I've got time to
Australian
look.
Tokusatsu. Let's see what... Yep, this show. And, wait, hold on. Rescue Force Australia.
Okay.
Was an unproduced Australian Tokusatsu series.
Okay.
Planned to air in 2008. That's so recent. And then it never got made.
Wow.
They're like, Australia isn't worth rescuing.
I see.
Tragic.
We
The
already
Rescue
know
Force.
Tono's stance on this.
Yeah.
The characters listed are Red Defender, Julian McPherson, Blue Defender, Claire McPherson, Allies, to be added. No, they're not. Villains, Shadow, Unnamed Teacher.
Allies to be added is like the for sale baby shoes never worn of
Yes.
a Tokusatsu Wikipedia page.
Stupid. Man, we bought our kid these baby shoes and they're too small. Put them on sale. Okay. Should we do sorters?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
To be honest, this is short enough. We could probably just do all of them because it's only 16.
Yeah, it's fucking
just
short.
go through them. Let me grab.
Can I grab a
my
drink?
List.
No,
I'm
yes.
dying. I'm just gonna suffer. I'm just gonna start hacking into the microphone while we're sorting.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
He's holding his audio quality prisoner so that I say yes.
I'm 50-50 on if I should reveal my bonus thing for next season or not. Do I leave it a surprise for everyone?
I mean, if you want to reveal it, do you want to reveal it on the podcast with us?
Well, it would be that regardless. I'd either keep it a secret until next recording, or I would tell you this.
I'm back.
I don't know.
What's Brad's opinion on this?
Yes. I agree with whatever was stated.
Red, can you tell them what I was saying?
Mel wanted to know whether she should reveal the secret thing she's doing for next week.
Next season.
The Ultraman Kids next season. Sorry.
My secret
whether
bonus.
she should reveal it on this podcast or not.
Or next podcast.
Hold on, let me find a coin.
Okay, Two-Face.
Yeah, that's I'm always getting bombed. Oh, hold on. Here's my ceremonial combo breaker commemorative coin that I forgot I had. That was on my shelf.
I see.
Okay.
from like the first one I went to. Hold on. All right, heads yes, tails no. That's a heads.
Okay.
So that's yes.
Okay. I'll do that after this order then.
Okay.
Time to put this coin in a place where I won't find it again for multiple years.
Nice.
That's true. All right.
I have the.
Okay.
As a side note, I don't actually know why this is in here, but I do have the foldable knife that I accidentally cut my finger with many years ago while recording this podcast. On my desk again. I must have been opening a package or something while working.
Okay.
I'm gonna attempt to put this without of arm's reach so I don't repeat the mistakes of my past.
You're just announcing that you've reintroduced the environmental danger to your podcast experience.
Yeah.
Always podcast with a knife. Podcast beginner tips.
Okay. Sources.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go through from 16 to 1.
Yes.
It's only 16.
Yeah.
My 16 is Veronica.
My 16's also Veronica.
My 16 is also Veronica.
Damn.
That's a woman. That's just a person.
Yeah.
My 15 is Ultraman Great.
Number 15. Brad.
My number 15 is Bogun.
My number 15 is also Bogun.
Joe Bogun
Okay.
experience.
Oh, you're saying that you're saying that the cheeseburger stand explodes cars?
I think there's actually aliens here that are like tourists. Yeah. Oh, have you seen this? Hold up! I gotta share this Bogan toy from the Ultraman wiki because I had to remind myself.
Would Joe Rogan hold a podcast with Norberg?
Probably
yes.
This is a real Bogan toy that was made.
I'm gonna be when you started saying this is disgusting.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know.
This
should
not have been
this.
sold to children. It's so veiny.
Well, hey, you're really not gonna like the second toy they made and the description the Ultraman wiki gave it.
No!
I didn't even know Bogan had two heads.
That's come on. Subaraya. Come on. It's not even Subaraya. It's from DreamWorks.
DreamWorks is 6-inch Bogan. Why did they specify 6-inch? Who wrote this? They knew what they were doing.
I didn't even know Bogan had two heads. Jeez.
Oh, it's for,
I forgot Bogan
two
was
people
even
want to play with it.
like from the first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that I look at it, look at this fucking freak.
Yeah.
It's just ugly.
I guess for better or worse, I didn't put that in this order, but anyway, number 14. Go.
Wait, was your 15 also Bogan? I forget.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, I have to find my list again. Here we go. Number 14, my 14 is Bogan.
Makes sense.
Above Ultraman Great.
My number 14, Garugadon.
Garugadon. Okay.
My number
Which
14
feels weird.
Go on.
I was just gonna say, like, it's kind of got like a weird fucked up gargoyle thing looking on, which I feel like should mean I like it more, but just whatever. I don't know. I don't care for how it looks.
I see.
My number 14 is Clone Jimmy.
I see.
It got high. It is just a person, but it did get higher than Bogan just on account of being Clone Jimmy.
I understand. So my 13, Gigasaurus.
Hey, let me tell you about my number 13, Gigasaurus.
Mel?
My number 13 is Kodalar,
Okay.
the fat sea kaiju from this two-parter.
Yeah, well, I agree. My 12, Kodalar.
Uh,
This is not great.
my number 12 is Killa Z.
I see.
That's the space dragon from this two-parter
Uh-huh.
for contest. Hey, my number 12 is Gudis.
Ooh.
Which, to be honest, I don't dislike, but I do dislike his first form more than his second form.
I see, yeah. My number 11 is Killer Z.
My number
Just
11...
you know.
Oh, what are we saying?
I just don't really rate these last two kaiju.
Yeah. My number 11 is Ultraman Great. That's an Ultraman.
My number 11 is also Ultraman Great.
Well done. That is Ultraman. Out of the top 10.
Yep.
My number 10 is Gudis. What's Gudis?
My number 10 is Barangas.
Mm-hmm.
My number 10 is Gazebo.
Look at that snout.
Yeah.
My number 9 is Bios.
My number 9 is Gudis.
Mm-hmm.
My number 9 is Grukadon.
Uh-huh. My number 8 is this is an alright bug. I like Majaba.
My number 8, I would personally swap my 8 and my 7, because my number 8 is UF0. I think that's a little low. I think that's a little low, personally.
UF0 is pretty cool.
My number 8 is Barangas.
Nice.
It's a dinosaur, I guess.
This is a dinosaur.
Yep.
My number 7 is Ryugalo. The boyfriend kaiju.
As a boyfriend.
Yeah.
My number 7 is Kodalar, and again, I would probably swap that to be number 8, because I think UFO is where I start to... Everything past this point is like, oh yeah, I generally am up on this, but...
My number 7 is Gigasaurus.
Cool. My number 6 is Garukadon. I just like this one. I like it. It's cool.
My number 6 is Gazebo. I think this is the forest one, right?
Yeah, this is the elephant looking one.
Yeah, I wish it looked as cool as the concept art, but elephant snout always gonna be bonus points.
Yeah, well, so that's why you like Bogut, right?
Oh. Well, you know.
She's got you there.
I like how the trunk is on the crotch head.
Yeah. It's also not that long. It's like...
Don't shame him like that.
Yeah.
Don't be like the Korean feminists, put the pinch.
The pin, yeah, the emoji.
And then Bogut gets angry and goes to play Blue Archive.
This is somewhat crude. Someone once attempted to insult me by saying, you probably have a average sized dick, and I was like, probably yes.
Statistically speaking,
that is how that works. So stupid.
My number...
You're 6.
6, Killer Z, which I don't know why it ranks so high, other than, it's in a lineup of dinosaurs, I guess the space dragon is a bit cooler.
Uh-huh.
Though maybe Gazebo would be higher if I actually thought about it, but it's fine. It's fine.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
My number 5 is Gazebo.
I also have to redo my sorters too because of hard drive issues. So
Oh yeah, you did say Mel's been having some tech issues.
Gudis got your external.
Yeah.
What was your number 5 again?
My number 5 is Gazebo. I like it, the Gazebo.
Yeah.
I wish it had a different name. But, you know.
You don't like that it's just called Gazebo?
No, that's not. That means something different. Speaking
It's
of
the Kaiju Gazebo.
Speaking of names that mean something different, number 5 is BIOS.
I see. Uh-huh.
I like when
you
the
know.
Plant Man has a Darth Vader computer in his chest.
That is pretty good.
My number 5 is Rigolo.
Yeah. I like his big sword head.
Yeah,
It's such a strange design, but also...
Yeah.
like he gives like fucked up Mario boss vibe to me. I don't
Well,
like.
he is in the painting.
Yeah,
Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba.
My number
4.
4, Barangus. I don't know why. I just like this one.
that's
it
fair.
I like
Stanley?
Barangus. Maybe, but it's also got like the red mist and everything. It's cool.
My number 4 is Clone Jimmy.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is pretty
I
funny.
like Clone Jimmy.
What were they on when they made that one?
Who knows?
My number 4 is Majaba, the Locust.
Yeah. Bugs. My number 3, Dagunja. Love Dagunja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 3, Ryugalo.
Nice.
My number 3, BIOS.
You both had the... Turn up for the books. You both had the robot higher than me.
Yeah, that's
true.
wild.
Is it 2 now?
Mm.
My own 2? Okay, my number 2 is UF0. It's a cool UFO.
Yeah.
Kaiju. Big fan.
My
The show
number
by Jerry
2.
Anderson.
Oh, true. It's a little Anderson code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 2 was Majaba. It's a cool bug.
Yeah.
Simple, but effective.
My number 2 is UF0.
Yeah. It's good. It's good shit. My number 1 is Clone Jimmy.
See, this
Clone Jimmy.
is a weird topsy-turvy sorter because the weird freak pick is higher on your list than mine, and the robot is higher on mine than yours.
I know. It's
Much
a little
like
odd.
Australia, it's upside down.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know why I keep making Australia jokes specifically here.
That's
in the
why
final.
Will Smith moved to Sydney for that show.
True.
That's where he went.
Yep, that's in the title.
What's your number 1?
Dagunja. Love
Nice.
this cool, like, deific Tasmanian devil friend.
Yeah, my number 1 is also Dagunja.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's also from one of the better episodes of the show,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which helps.
Yeah.
Cool. Sick. Thank God for Clone Jimmy.
He's out there somewhere.
I don't know why he exists.
He's out there somewhere. Well, actually, no. Clone Jimmy's fucking dead, but real
Clone
Jimmy's
Jimmy's
out
fucking
there.
dead. Real Jimmy is just
He's
gone.
out there.
He's out there.
He's gonna show up in like 20 years from now when they're like, ah, fuck, what reference can we squeeze into our new show? Adult Jimmy is gonna show up. He's been like, I've been traveling the stars.
It's gonna be
so many truths about the world.
They're gonna give us the opportunity to make an Ultraman. We're gonna bring back Ide. We're gonna bring back Jimmy. Who else are we gonna bring back?
I have a new headcanon. Who's the sword fucker who keeps showing up in the modern Ultraman shows?
Zangil.
Yeah, Jimmy is Zangil. That's my new headcanon.
Jimmy is Zangil. Jimmy went to space and became Zangil,
Became a
Jamila
Ronin.
style. Oh man.
I'm just now imagining like a bad DVD knockoff movie that's called The Eighth Samurai.
Oh man, if Ultraman had a time travel episode called The Eighth Samurai where Zangil joins in with the Seven Samurai, that would be like the greatest thing that tribute to Akira Kurosawa.
Yeah.
Well, are we finished talking about Ultraman?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay. Wow. In which case, we're going to have a little break. Join us afterwards where we will be talking about anything else. Welcome back. We're here to talk about anything else. I'm trying to think if I've done... Yes, I have done a few things.
Okay.
I've done a couple of things. I'm going to go first. First of all, I watched a movie I believe Mel watched and talked about on this podcast. I watched Flesh and Blood. Which is a
movie.
Paul Verhoeven.
Oh yeah, I've talked about it, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Okay.
I know it came up in like a Shell by Genre bonus episode, but that's how I know about it. But like,
I watched Flesh and Blood, which is very interesting. I like it. It's definitely very much swimming in like the moral grayness of the era, right? There isn't really anyone. There's not many characters you can root. Like I would say there's one character you can root for, and I think the rest of them aren't really. But there's like a central, just sort of like romantic stuff going on with like the woman and like Rutger Hauer, who is like this very dangerous man. And like there's a...
I love it when Rutger Hauer plays a dangerous man.
He plays a very dangerous man. He starts the movie like very like the movie opens and it sort of immediately sort of seems like, oh, Rutger Hauer's going to be like our like charming, rugged hero. And then at some point, oh no, this is like a very unpleasant man. This is like because he's a mercenary, and I think the movie takes very seriously what type of person like a mercenary in like this era of like Italy is, because he's like a condottiere or whatever, and it's just there's a lot in here. I mean, first of all, there's just very... Verhoeven likes to make a lurid movie, and he has done so again. And I think there's, as much as like I would say there's stuff here that's very unpleasant. I think it's interesting. I did read up on some of the background of this, and this is the movie that Rutger Hauer decided he would never work with Paul Verhoeven ever again.
Oh, damn.
That is funny.
What's the juicy details there?
Everyone hated making this movie. Making this movie. So it's Paul Verhoeven's first like English language movie. And Rutger Hauer's already worked with Paul Verhoeven. And Verhoeven had this idea of like, oh, it's going to be a movie about this mercenary and his old captain, and they're going to be put into conflict over like this, over this situation, and that's going to be the main driving force of the film. Those two characters still in the movie, but the captain, who is Hawkwood, who is a real guy, isn't really like, he's not presented as like a primary character really, because like some producers were like, hey, we think this movie needs like a more central romance, and so like essentially a sort of like very grim love triangle is concocted. And I think the three characters in that triangle are very compelling to watch. I would say it's very what's her name? Is her name Jennifer? Flesh and Blood. Yeah. No, sorry, I'm thinking of the actor. Jennifer Jason Leigh plays Agnes, who is like due to be married to a guy called Stephen, who is the son of the Lord, and gets kidnapped accidentally by Rutger Hauer. And there is frankly a rape scene, and then there's like a weird relationship that she has with Rutger Hauer that's kind of like, it's kind of interesting in how much, because I think Agnes is my favorite character in this movie. She is like you can see her attempting to like survive her situation, and like even like in like enjoying being part of this like mercenary like group of like rogue mercenaries. She kind of has a lot of fun being involved with it, and her relationship with Martin gets interesting. I don't necessarily think it starts interesting. I think there's Rutger Hauer is on record as being like, this is like a very cheap, malicious pornography. Verhoeven is on record as like, this is not the movie I fucking wanted to make. No one was happy. And then the actor who plays Jennifer, Jason Leigh, the actor who plays Agnes, is like mad when they censor a lot of like the rape scene, because she's like, that's like the important part of the movie. Which I've found interesting. There's some fun stuff with like, because like the other guy, the guy who's not Rutger Hauer, is kind of also interesting and is also not a hero. Like he's coming to save Agnes, but also in order to do this, he like coerces Hawkwood to come help him in like this really grim way of like threatening Hawkwood's like this nun that Hawkwood has taken in, who has had like brain damage from like a wound and has like seizures. And so like no one comes out of this movie looking good, really. And there's just, you know, sort of like a taking seriously the attitude of the era that I tend to value in stuff like this, or, you know, although it can be used as just an excuse to be childish in the way you see in like a Game of Thrones or something.
That was my go through. He's just like, oh yeah, Game of Thrones.
A lot of that can just be childish, and I wouldn't necessarily say that there is nothing juvenile in this movie, but I would definitely say it's interesting. I find the characters compelling, and Rutger Hauer's he's not happy with this movie, but he does a good job. So whatever.
Was this before or after Blade Runner?
This is after Blade Runner. And one of the reasons he was annoyed is he didn't want to get typecast as villains, and he thought that a lot of his scenes that would have made him less of a bad guy had been cut from scripts and stuff. Which, you know,
he I think the context where I found out this movie was because they watched Lady Hawk on Shell by Genre, and that's like the context where I watched it. And Rutger Hauer's in that. As a hero.
I see.
That is a wild movie.
I should watch Lady. I haven't seen.
In part because of its soundtrack is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 80s pop soundtrack to like a medieval setting.
Yeah,
and also the protagonist's point of view character is like is the guy, I forget his name, but the guy who plays Ferris Bueller.
Oh my god. Was it Matthew Broderick?
I think so. Yeah. It's
That's so funny.
It's a fun movie, but
I think one of the really one of the bits of this movie that I quite like is this mercenary band who like it's not just, it's sort of once again taking seriously sort of like the era somewhat, is like this band of mercenaries is not just the mercenaries. It's not just the guy who does the fighting. They also come. There's just a train of women that follow them, and they're like all these rough and tumble characters who like they take over a castle and they start pretending. They start kind of acting like lords and ladies on like the lead of Agnes. They start like eating with a knife and fork or something, and they start, you know, dressing up nice, and it's so, you know, and there's, I think the movie is interesting. I don't know how good it is, but it compels me.
That's all you need at the end of the day.
Yeah. Speaking of, I watched When Marnie Was There this morning. Which is all right. I think it's all right. I quite like the ending. I think it's. I like it. I think I don't know that I would call it a twist. I would say it was. I could see something coming from a mile away. But it's okay. I quite like that movie. I don't like it when it's like. No.
Oh.
Wait, does it? I mean, the girl's from Sapporo.
Okay, that's right. I haven't heard this movie before today. I just like looked at the. Thing.
Yeah, continuing the Ghibli watch through. I quite like When Marnie Was There. It's not like mind blowing or anything, but I find the sort of drama of because there's a thing like, because she meets a girl called Marnie, main girl Anna meets a girl. She's got asthma. She's having issues mentally. She's not getting on at school and stuff.
This is really funny. There's like a Wikipedia category that's animated film set in Hokkaido. And then there's a subcategory animated film set in Hakodate, and both of them are Detective Conan movies. Okay.
Thank you, Wikipedia. She goes to stay with a couple in like this little place where the air might be cleaner. She, at an old mansion, she meets a girl called Marnie. And Marnie is clearly a ghost.
Yes.
I'm gonna be real. Marnie is the most a ghost a person has ever been. And it takes a while for Anna to figure this out. And I'm like, come on, go. And there's like this there's this sort of weird kind of, I like this bit of a movie quite a bit, is the idea that like the more that she when she's interacting with Marnie, her perception of like the real world is so gone, and as she's kind of immersed in the real world, she just kind of forgets who Marnie is for a while, and then eventually like gets reminded of her and goes like, oh shit, right, yeah, the girl I have a weirdly intense friendship with. I can't believe I forgot about her for like a fucking week. And it's just kind of the idea that like this the supernatural, the relationship across time and stuff. And they also got stuff where like Marnie in the middle of conversation with Anna keeps like calling her by the name of like the person who would have taken her role in Anna's role in this situation in the real version of these events. It's you know, they have some fun with that. I enjoyed, and there's a big twist where, well, I say big twist, there's a big reveal where there's a character that they figure out knew Marnie and could explain who Marnie was, and it gets the full explanation of who Marnie is, and then, you know, the movie kind of just wraps some stuff up and then ends, and I'm just like, yeah, that's all right. I quite like the conclusions reached. I quite liked one thing I thought I think is like weird in thing to insert into the movie is the fat girl who's like a big bully is just kind of I don't know, an odd addition. Just kind of feels like it undermines like the whole thing where like the main character isn't really like it can be is like quick to be mean or whatever, because like the movie is kind of like maybe her target deserves it. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's all right. Better than The Wind Rises.
That was kind of my thought on it when I haven't seen it since it like was relatively recent. But I remember thinking it was a nifty movie.
Mm-hmm.
A little slow at times, but also too, I'm a different person from when I first watched it, so maybe I'd like it more this time.
I'm gonna be real. I watched the first half of this movie 2 months ago. And got bored.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe not then.
So yeah, I can definitely see it. It's a little you know, but I think the towards the end it's pretty good.
Wait, so did you watch the first half, take a break, and come back to the half you had not watched yet?
No,
restarted?
I didn't restart the whole movie, but I started from like half an hour earlier.
Okay, that's funny.
Whatever, like 20 minutes earlier or something. I got a decent memory. The other thing I did last week, I mentioned I like mid-romance, and I dropped my stress ball. That I like mid-romance, and I liked the bit of Chunibyo where it was like, oh, they're dating now, and now the show will continue. So there's a show airing right now called You and I Are Polar Opposites, where that happens in episode 1. So I'm like, okay. So I'm watching that show now. I'm having a good time. I quite like it. It's definitely one where, like, when the show ends, I think what I'm probably going to do instead is read the manga instead of watching the rest of the show, because it's a little cheap, I think. I think it would look better if I was reading the manga. So
many such
that's
cases.
what I'm gonna.
Many such cases.
Many such cases. And yet there are some cases where that is not true.
I don't really know if this is an opinion and honestly, no, I don't even think I really stick to this opinion, but I feel like there's a lot of... Sometimes I feel like romance is better suited to be read than watched, but also, too, that's not always entirely true, especially if you, like, can animate or perform mannerisms and just, like, you know, details of being with another person in, like, physical space that sometimes come across better in motion. But
I would say there's a decent example of that in the first episode. There's some like you can see a character like very briefly like try to do something and then hesitate and then go through with it, and it's like oh, I can see the magic of like animating this, but also like I haven't read it, so it might convey that just as well. I quite like it. I really like The Boy Who Sucks. Because there is among their friend group, there is a guy who has recognized that he thinks like some kind of chud and hates himself for it. and keeps being like, man, I'm a loser, I fucking suck. And he's got such a gloomy look all the time. Let me find the fucking screenshot of because he has there's a great moment where they're like, oh, new Konbini opened. They go check it out, and earlier in the episode this guy had mentioned that he had his new job to go to, and then arrive and immediately find him behind the counter doing his oh my god, please don't be here face. It's just, it's good. Let me find this screenshot of them taking a photo of him behind the counter and his face. I did take a screenshot, did I not? Did I not? Did I not? I might not. Oh, well.
The digital gremlins may have taken it from you.
They've taken it from me. Rip. Anyway. Taida, that's his name. It's alright. It's pretty nice.
So what you're saying is more stories should have chuds.
Yes.
Well, that's how Origairu starts. So,
oh, I see. There's just like he's like thinking in terms of like, why on earth would those two be dating? Like, she gains nothing from dating that guy. He's just kind of outside of the whole social pecking order. And then he sort of thinks, oh wait, no, hang on, I suck. Oh no, I have to reinvent my life. It's good. I find him charming. That's kind of me. I've also been reading some manga, but I will not speak of it yet. Who wants to go?
I have one thing.
Okay, you can go then.
Brad, go.
Work has been busy because of that client I talked about a few weeks back. And it was the 1-2 punch of that, and it's the shortest month of the year, so woo. Not been fun. Haven't really had a lot of time for stuff. Honestly, my plan for today, after we're done recording this, is basically doing more work, which I'm not thrilled about, and I did a lot of shit yesterday too, so not fun, but hopefully next week should start to get better. The one thing I did do is I finished up the Reconguista and G rewatch.
Hey,
nice. I will be doing that in time.
Yeah, understandable. I like that show. It's a fun time. I think that show has, especially when considered in a post-Turn A Tomino world, kind of got a weird thing going on with the good girl, bad girl who gets to fight in fight scenes thing going on. But aside from that feeling really egregious, especially towards the end when, like, oh, we're having, like, the, big mobile suit upgrades for pivotal characters. Are we going to show them fighting? We'll show them, like, kind of shooting into space sometimes, I guess, but they're not going to, like, get to do things, and it's like, oh, okay. Okay. But
yeah.
I like that show. It's a fun time.
Yeah. The thing that I haven't quite got, GGP I'm watching along with GGP, so I haven't got to this yet, but, like, one of my primary memories of this show is, like, it going all in on, like, mobile suits fighting. Like the actual warfare is an essential part of the negotiations happening between the politicians. Like, how the negotiations are going depends on how, these little moves happening between
you mean like
the two sides. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I was just sometimes
That was more for the
sometimes
audience.
people, yeah, sometimes you will see shows and stuff characterize like peace talks as like something that exists in opposition to warfare, instead of like them being both part of the same function, which is, you know, what happens in G-Reco.
Like
it
there's
helps
I think it's like the Clausewitz quote that's like, war is politics or diplomacy by other means.
There is, hang on, I found, because I quoted that on the giant robot podcast, FM podcast about Turn A, and not knowing, I'd have to look this up, but there's a Soviet strategist who had a similar quote, and I'm like, well, I'll have that one instead. instead of the Prussian guy. You know, as influential as Clausewitz is.
Yeah, he has a whole entire game engine named after him.
Thank you for Crusader Kings.
It helps to when your peace talks go better for you when you have leverage, that's for sure.
I like the whole peace talks when I'm winning, and I hate to have them when I'm losing.
Exactly. I really like a lot of this show for me, because it's kind of also doing the classic Tomino ensemble thing, where it's like you got the main ship with the main guys, but also too we are regularly checking in and getting the perspective of the other vessels involved in this. And I really enjoy what Klimnik and Mick Jack got going on as that show progresses. What a disaster couple. They're so fucking funny.
Klimnik is so good, even beyond just the meme.
Yes, no, he phenomenal character. Honestly, probably my favorite character of that show. He sucks so much.
I think it was my favorite too.
Yeah, no, I've always been when that show was airing live, I was a Klimnik guy. I'm just like, there's a part of that show where he and Mask are talking. I think it's like when they're like teaming up, when they're like, oh, Toa Saga people, and Iron Mask is like, oh, this guy is such a fucking idiot. That's great. I'm a little.
I would just like you did just call him Iron Mask.
True. Fuck.
I have already forgiven you, Bellry's Venom. When Mask and because they do like a dichotomy thing where symmetrical to the Klimnik and Mick Jack is Mask, Manny, and is her name Barara have like a love triangle thing going on, which I am not as much into, but as it comes to a close, I actually am like, oh no, like I think this works pretty well. Like they get some cool moments together. But I don't think it's quite as strong as the fucking goober power couple that is Mick Jack and Klim. I do like the second half of that show becoming like an increasingly like bizarre road trip for answers. That I think, because there are points where it's like,
oh, so it's a better version of Unicorn.
It's funny how much that show, I did kind of have this thought where like that Tomino does kind of dip into the well, I think very unintentionally, of doing a lot of the similar stuff that like Unicorn and Seed are also doing. In terms of like, oh, what if we kind of had a ship in the middle of all this and we're trying to like intentionally not kill people sometimes, but just by the very nature of I think Tomino has a better handle on how to handle both of those plot beats and tie it back in with the broader themes of like, this is an unequal society, and also, hey, like when you're fighting wars, like that inherently there's going to be like a tragic element to this that like is hard to turn the tide of. Like there's a momentum to this broader tragedy that is very hard to push back on, and it's like you're gonna need to. It requires a concentrated effort beyond just like being the protagonist to resolve. that I think he just comes to a better handling of it. But I do like how that kind of, like, there's a part of that show where it becomes about a ship breaking away from the broader conflict to be like, hey, let's try to figure out the root cause of this and address it as best as we can with the info that we have. And I think they do some neat stuff with that. Again, I wish that maybe Ida was a little bit more of a more active presence in the show? Probably, especially, like, very disappointing coming off of, like, all the Deanna Keyhill stuff from Turn A, I would say.
Yeah.
But, overall, still pretty positive on what that show is doing. I think, I do kind of like, I could see how some people, after the swings Turn A took away from it, I could see some people maybe seeing some of the evocation of the Universal Century and new type stuff in G-Reco as being, I don't want to say a betrayal, but maybe as like a disappointing return to that well. I kind of like it as a synthesis of the two, if that makes sense. It feels like an old man looking back on a lot of, like the thing he was best known for, and kind of coming to terms with it, almost in a way. While still carrying on the ideas he had separate from that while maybe less popular in the culture, I think the impulse to both push back but also integrate some of those ideas are pretty solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
It's a good show. It looks beautiful, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, I'll rewatch those movies. I specifically chose to do the series not just because GGP is doing it, but also too, like, there's been a minute since I watched the TV version, so.
Yeah, I was going to watch the movies alongside. I meant to watch the movies sooner, and then the GGP got to G-Reco, and I watched the first movie, and then as the pod went on, I'm like, you know what, I think I should just watch the show along with the pod, and then when I get to the movies, I'll watch the movies, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, the movies are really good. I like them a lot. They're very good looking, and they basically the show with more fill-in matter so that people can grasp it a little bit more easily. That show just goes. They don't give you time to breathe.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Mel.
Yeah.
Your things.
I got a couple things.
Go for it.
I played a video game to completion this past week.
What video game?
Donkey Kong 94 on the Game Boy.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's a neat one.
Is a nifty game that starts as like a remake, quote unquote, of arcade Donkey Kong before becoming something different, where you go through different worlds doing key puzzles, platformer challenges. You find a key and bring it to a door, doing different platforming challenges.
I like vaguely recall a level with like a weird like spinning bridge. If I'm thinking right, maybe not.
I don't think that was in the game.
Maybe not. I might be thinking of something different.
There's things where like you can create roads or create platforms or create ladders. I think that game is neat mechanically, but is kind of hard. And then by the last third of the game, I was annoyed more than enjoying myself. Also, the final boss is ridiculous. I think it's crazy. Yeah, it's a bit mixed feelings on it just because it was kind of like harder than I enjoy, but it's doing neat things. I know there's a sequel in the form of Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the GBA. It's a very direct follow-up to that. Might be interesting to try that at some point. The game, weirdly enough, ends up being a quote-unquote prequel to Super Mario Bros. Because you save Pauline and then she gives Mario the Super Mushroom at World 1-1. And like, what the fuck? Very bizarre video game.
I think I just invented a level that didn't exist for this game in my head.
I feel like a level designer for this game would go kind of hard. because you could do it.
There might be a utility for that in good old romhacking.net. You never know.
Yeah,
Let's
you never
look.
know.
I'm checking. Utilities. Game. Donkey Kong. Well, you got Donkey Kong Country 2, and DK King of Swing, but it does not look like Donkey Kong 94 has a level editor.
King of Swing.
Swing of King.
Anyway. The other thing I have. I have finished SeaQuest.
How was SeaQuest?
Still a very strange show. The third season is called SeaQuest 2032 because after the events of the end of season 2, they come back due to time dilation, and it's been 10 years in the future. And for contrived plot reasons that are exclusively because Roy Scheider did not want to do the show anymore, he leaves. And Michael Ironside takes over as the captain.
I like him.
He's good. It's weird. I feel like they were cooking more with this season in a weird way.
Okay.
It does kind of become more of a political military show because there's a rising there's a rising empire called the Macaronesian Alliance that's basically militaristic Australia, which is funny.
Okay.
So I know in SeaQuest that the whole deal is there's a bunch of underwater colonies. Do people still live on land, or is it all underwater at that point?
They do live on land, but it's just most of the action takes place underwater because it's a big submarine.
That makes sense.
And there's interesting stuff. I feel like a lot of the characters who I feel like I did not care for that were new additions to season 2 actually got stuff in this season, including Tony Piccolo. He's got a good arc. And there's interesting stuff Lucas, who was in season 1 as the kid who's just on board. He's the kid genius who's on board, played by Jonathan Brandis. Just he's the smart kid who's on board with daddy issues, and so Roy Scheider ends up being a surrogate dad to him, and he has his own science, and he learns to grow up. And then in season 2 is more he's basically just grown up as an adult, now young adult, 18, in his 18 something, etc. And then the change in this season is that one, his surrogate dad is gone, and two, Michael Ironside's character Captain Hudson is this is a military show now, which means everything's military now, so you have to enlist. And so he enlists, and now he's the military guy. And it's interesting character development where because he gets a higher rank than his roommate Tony Piccolo, he starts off by being a jackass to him by pulling rank, and then Michael Ironside's no, you can't do that.
I see.
And yeah, it's weird because it definitely the show completely changes style from what it was before in a completely different way, but the quality is a bit higher. And then the show was canceled halfway through, so it kind of just ends halfway through with no resolution.
That's the worst.
The little last episode, which aired apparently 6 months after the previous episode, was one where one recurring new character who doesn't actually do much dies, and it gets replaced by a new character as if they're trying to maybe introduce a new status quo.
Okay.
Did it ever get one of those here's a follow-up comic and or novel to wrap up the story things?
I think so. I think there's a video game? There's a Super Nintendo game. And the Genesis.
Excellent.
Action strategy video game.
Oh, I bet that's good.
developer, Sculpted Software. Yeah, I'll have to look that up later. But yeah, there's apparently novels and yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there's apparently novels and comics, but I don't know much about that. But I'll probably hear about them in the future. Because I've been watching along with the podcast, so. But yeah, it's a very strange show that so transparently exists in the shadow of like 90s Star Trek existing. Hold on. When does Deep Space Nine start? Yeah. Deep Space Nine, 1993. January. And then SeaQuest Season 1 starts September 1993. So that's,
I see.
We're already in the era when there's 2 Star Trek shows on TV at the same time, so.
1 month before I was born.
I forgot you were older than me. By like 3 months.
I'm old. I'm old and moldy.
Gross.
Yeah.
I turned 32 this Friday.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. But yeah, that was an interesting experience. And I still have not seen Star Trek.
Same. No, that's not true. I've seen the 1 episode, that's about it. And, like...
Which episode?
Some of those 2000s movies. Abrams.
What, do you remember the episode?
Yeah, no, it's when I was in my Harlan Ellison era as a wee lad.
Have this...
right, yes.
Have this deeply 90s image from Wikipedia of the season 3 cast all posing.
Oh, this is so 90s. I love this.
Oh, look at that. God damn.
Don't they have a dolphin friend? Where's the dolphin?
They do.
The
he's extremely off camera half the show in season 3 just because...
I'm assuming when they take the turn towards more serious international politics, the dolphin becomes less of a priority.
I also, if I remember correctly, I also think Michael Ironside particularly did not care for the dolphin.
Wait, is it like a real dolphin?
No, it's an animatronic.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell you now. There's dolphin gameplay in this video game.
Oh, that's good. I mean, the dolphin is like a participant. He's actually like a member of the crew in the first 2 seasons. Like he helps in this stuff.
I see.
Is it doing like the peak like late 20th century thing of
dolphins are so clever.
They can talk to you. They're your friend.
Yes, there's a lot of that in season 1, like when they meet aliens, and the aliens were like, well, when we first sent the signal, the most intelligent species was dolphins. Or the William Shatner episode where there's like weird telepathy stuff with his autistic child and the dolphin.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Never be as cool as Jones the War Whale.
Jones the War Whale.
Johnny Mnemonic, our boy.
Oh,
yeah.
right, yes.
He's addicted to heroin.
So cool.
You know what's cool? Yeah, he's addicted to heroin. That wasn't in that movie. You know what's fucking cool?
Yeah.
Is when you're watching the last episode of Gunbuster and it cuts to the fucking psychic dolphin navigator tank that they have at their fucking Battle for the Fate of Humanity ship.
It's so good.
With no explanation.
Man.
We need more psychic dolphins. There's one more tangent on dolphins. Soul Hackers.
One more. I permit one more dolphin tangent. Proceed.
Soul Hackers has a phenomenal arc about a guy who is in a stuck in the VR world, and is like a real serious like unlocking traumatic, locked away memories of a childhood tragedy that he participated in. And the boss for this area is named Skippy, and it's a giant dolphin with a halo and angel wings. Who you can't beat, but it does absorb magic, and you blow it up by making it absorb too many of your magical attacks, and it just dies.
Uh-huh.
It is the most totally wild thing from that era of SMT.
That's like, hang on. How do you arrive at that conclusion? Because if an enemy absorbs an attack, I stop doing that.
If I recall, it's kind of unique in that, like, it's not like the typical UI, like, oh, it got absorbed, and it's like it has its own unique sort of thing, and the rest of your attacks aren't really working. So, like, I definitely discovered it on my own. I was like, oh, something's going up here.
Okay.
But it's really weird because also too, and I've talked about this in great length with other SMT friends before. It is like a shockingly mundane, like, childhood accident that feels almost a little too real for a 90s, like, PS1 dungeon crawler to have for a character's backstory.
All right.
And looming over this is this weird fucking dolphin being like, hey, I'm gonna ruin your friend's life. It's so weird. Shouts to Soul Hackers.
Shout outs.
Do we have emails?
We do.
Well, I mean, first thing I wanted to say is you just reminded me of one more thing about when Marnie was there with that final thing. Is there is, like, one truly completely mundane concern that is, like, at the center of the main character's whole deal, is that she's adopted and she's found like a letter or something that came to her family that said that showed that, like, they were getting, like, she's subsidized, like their family gets money because she's adopted, and this has, like, kind of broken her brain a little bit that her parents are being paid to be her parents. And it's like such like a, like, in a movie about, like, oh, I've met a magical ghost who's my girlfriend and maybe related to me, and I, and at the center of all of this is, like, it's kind of like awkward to explain to a child that, like the love that her foster parents have for her isn't actually being bought just because they do get money for her. Which I thought was I liked a lot. That's it. Do we have we have emails?
Yes.
Go for it.
First, we got one from Ultra Queer, aka Zen Parker.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Response to the Skipping the Queue finale email. Thank you so much for reading it. Really appreciate Red reading the Bolton War Crime redaction page, which is what they were hoping for. Apparently there's an audiobook version of this novel.
Oh.
I can't imagine how that sounds. To go further into why to avoid it, apparently the audiobook has a white narrator doing an Asian accent for each character, and it was recorded in 2025. What?
Oh no! Oh, this does remind me that in the Matthew Stover Revenge of the Sith audiobook, I would not say that the narrator is going, like, full, but, like, I think he's putting a little too much effort into being a Nemoidian. I'm like, you can't do that.
Oh no! Oh
you
no!
I understand that this is the thing, that you are now the official voice of this movie, and there is an established way that these characters speak.
Yeah,
but
can you imagine being, like, the most normal narrator, like, audiobook person on Earth, and they're like, right, okay, we're gonna get you to do the Star Wars one. Okay, here are clips. You gotta do impressions of these guys. It's just like, uh-oh.
No, that's the most racist thing ever.
Apparently, even Ultraman and Mephiles have accents.
Ultraman, okay. Wait, sorry. What? Ultraman has what accent? What?
I guess Asian accents.
What is happening? That's odd.
Trying to decipher this part of the email. They had mentioned they forgot to mention their most funny moment in regards to the mega finale, where they started Double Zeta in the middle of the season. And it's about Kosei and Ayu having the conversation, but not actually about the kaiju stuff.
Okay.
And then their reaction to finding out Serato was Omega was they were like, "Wait, I thought I thought you guys were gay." Was going to be the question, I guess. I don't know. That's how they read in the moment. And then P.S. They started listening to some leftist podcasts based on recommendations.
Okay.
They lasted three seasons of Blowback. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was about to say, I hope it's Blowback. Blowback goes hard.
They also said they'll follow my recommendation and listen to Mark's Madness, which is good because my comrades are on that, and there's the Read in Theory, and it's good.
Whenever I want to make myself feel mad, I listen to Blowback. This is really good for that.
Yeah, I still need to listen to that newest season.
Same, actually.
What are they covering?
Yeah, the newest one is Angola.
Okay.
And they also said, yeah, I'm going to start going through the later show Ultras now. Unfortunately, that means they have to start with Ace, because they did, I guess, the earlier show Ultra stuff. But listening to the podcast helps.
You know what? Thank you. That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's a compliment. That's a high compliment.
We got a second email.
Wait, a second email from Ultra? Or...
No. This is a different person.
Okay. Thank you for your email.
Thank you
for your email.
There's a second email. This email is from Keith regarding the finale of Ultraman Towards the Future. Hello, I discovered Ultra Q last January and I've been enjoying your show ever since. Thank you. Thank you for reading those out. While I've thought about writing before, Ultraman Towards the Future has finally pushed me to do it. This may be longer than you want or want to read on the show, but I rarely talk about these things. Don't worry, this email's fine in terms of length. When I was 9, I discovered UTTF on US syndication. Ultraman Towards the Future. As a Godzilla fan for longer than I can remember, I was immediately hooked and had yet another reason to not want to go to church on Sunday mornings when it aired. I collected all the toys released in the States and reported...
Ultraman airing so people miss Mass.
The irony.
Fucking, oh my god.
You have forced to choose between Jesus and Ultraman?
AG would be shaking his head.
Oh.
That's beautiful.
I collected all the toys released in the States. I recorded almost all the episodes on VHS before it stopped airing in favor of Mr. Bogus, the most generic of all kids' cartoons. I've never heard of that show in my life.
Mr. Bogus?
I'm looking up Mr. Bogus right now.
Keith, you need to write in, did you have the 6-inch Bogan from DreamWorks?
just so you know, it's a different DreamWorks than the animation studio.
No, the animation studio, they got their start making Ultraman Great toys.
Mr. Bogus looks awful.
Yeah, I don't like Mr. Bogus looks like he needs to be put down. What a freak.
Let me see what the fuck Mr. Bogus looks like.
Put a shirt on.
Well,
Mr. Bogus looks like if...
That is an American cartoon from the 90s.
Right. Now, I'm going to write a quick vibe check on this man. Does he have the vibe of, Leisure Suit Larry?
Yes, he does. Especially this particular image of him smiling at the camera, I don't like.
He looks like, he looks a bit like Cursed Rugrats as well.
So I was thinking it's like if Leisure Suit Larry was like SMT Demon fused with, the Nerd Candy mascot.
Okay.
Like one of these things.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yes. Did I ever tell you on a guest, in a Discord server where a while back we used to post our guess the game results from guessthegame.com or whatever.
Is that the one where you get images of like a picture from a game?
Yeah.
Or is that the one where it's like, okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I one-shotted Leisure Suit Larry and had to post it in there. I just know what games like adventure games of that era look like. I was like, that's probably Leisure Suit Larry.
I streamed that one time for a server, and did shockingly well. And people were like, "How the fuck?" And I'm just like, I've been paying attention to video games for way too fucking long. Honestly.
As an adult, I still see the series through rose-colored glasses. I'm willing to give it credit for what it's trying to do, but when it fails, Jack may be sauceless, Kim may be wooden, the environmental message may start feeling redundant, and kaiju puppets may not always match the suits, but I'll still rate it highly nonetheless. Yeah, I mean, we're relatively positive on the show overall.
Yeah.
You're in the right place for liking puppets as well as kaiju suits.
Yeah.
So.
The childhood buff is real. Like, I got that shit towards G Gundam. It was just like, yeah, it's just is baked in there. I'm always gonna love that show, even though it's like kind of whatever. But
I wonder what I have this for, because I haven't revisited a lot of childhood classics.
Red versus blue.
What did you say?
Nothing. I said red versus blue.
Oh. Well, I know this about you, so.
It's not actually true. That's too old. It's too old for the buff. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, well,
there's a teenage buff.
You did remind me, though, we do have to do the Sanity Not Included Detour Quarry.
No, we don't. So there was a post going around of Ocarina of Time if it was made today, and it was doing the usual, like, all the constant messages and the characters always talking and stuff, and I got 2 seconds into the video and immediately recognized the voice. I was like, oh, that's Dexter Manning. And the context that this was someone was posting, it's like, this is a weird game to do this of, because this is Ocarina of Time, the game that people spent decades complaining about Navi stopping you every 5 seconds.
How many Newgrounds animation parodies about Zelda are the punchline is Link punches Navi?
And this is the thing. This was why it was funny that it was Dexter Manning, because that's him. He's been doing that his whole life. And then Brad was like, we should do a Sanity Not Included Detour Quarry. And I was like, no, we should not. No, we should not. I
got some Detour Quarry days, let me tell you.
Oh, no. Let me find... Hang on. I grabbed a... Did I? I don't know if I did. I must have done.
Oh yeah, I gotta
I went and opened.
That's like a month away.
I went and opened a single episode of season 2 of Sanity Not Included, and immediately got hit by no, we can't do this. Let me hang on. I'm gonna take 30 seconds.
I will continue the email
podcast. Oh yeah, go for
it. Zooming in for the 3 episodes that cap off the series, I think episode 11 is a prime example where the premise, quote, parentheses, humans find slumbering alien bioweapon, build a cargo cult around it, overestimate control, is better than the execution. I like F-Zero's design, though. The 2-part is a good capstone, capturing the series' pretenses to gravitas with minimal failures, though I was embarrassingly fat-phobic to Kodalar as a kid. Killer Z is one of my favorite Irish kaiju, but I prefer the flying marionette to the actual suit. Were you going to say something, Brad?
No, I was just saying, yeah, because of the take on episode 11.
Yeah.
If I can interrupt,
yep.
I do just have ended, so the reason I, like, immediately after the title sequence, which was cringe, first of all, then get the credits for created by with animation by. And don't read this out loud, but take note of what it says when animation by.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it's
Yep,
gamers,
that's the 2000s.
gamers of the era.
The 2000s.
Not the 2000s. This was later than that.
No.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, we are seeing people just use the R slur these days, so you know.
Yeah, this is I imagine everyone involved with Sanity Not Included wants to pretend it never happened.
Well, it's a good thing that Machinima has imploded and no longer exists, and all those videos are fucking gone. I'm sure Rio uploads it. Well, I mean, you pulled this, so Rio
I pulled. Yeah, I just went to YouTube and googled Sanity Not Included season 2.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was big enough. I remember me and my friends all watched this as they came out and talked about them, repeated the jokes.
There's still bits in my brain. You bought a fucking smart car.
But yeah, it's okay. We don't gotta do this for Detour Quarry. I was just saying words recreationally.
I know. I was just immediately struck with horror at the concept, and it was immediately possessed by curiosity and had to inflict what Sanity Not Included was upon myself. It was bad.
We'll do salad fingers instead.
Oh no!
Listen, there's a point where it tips. There's a point where it breaks. Etc.
Yeah. The lyrics to Ruby Volume 2 opening.
Go listen to Tubi.
What if we did Neon Echo Sugar Girls?
I've never seen that one.
Oh, you know of it though, I'm assuming.
Well, yes, I know of the clip.
We
of
should
her
do. Let me look up what other
crying.
weird Newgrounds flash it.
Have we interrupted someone's email?
Yeah,
I think
of
we
course.
have. I'm sorry.
How this is normal for us. Anyways, a few years after Great went off the air, I got on the internet where I discovered fan sites for the Japanese series and connected with Kaiju fans who fondly remembered the original series running stateside in the 70s. I was initially dismissive in a 14-year-old elitist way, but eventually I hazarded trying this brand new Ultraman Tiga series. It grabbed me by the face and set me on the path of buying dozens of unsubbed bootleg tapes and VCDs.
Hell yeah.
That's the good shit.
I look forward to this October-ish. I think. Sometime this fall. Going to this Japanese series after The Great was a admittedly jarring experience. Why the Ultra Suit materials look different than Great spandex? Where was the dramatic narrator? Why didn't the other series have such cinematic and heroic orchestral scores? Zeta Gundam Syndrome strikes again. What with the dialogue between the host and the Ultras? Why aren't the team leaders quoting Shakespeare and William Blake? None of this is insurmountable, but it sure took some getting used to. There should be an Ultraman captain who just starts saying haikus, to be honest.
Lol. I do love the idea of going from this soundtrack and then opening Ultraman Tiga and hearing the Ultraman Tiga opening.
Yes.
For the first time.
Yeah.
which I have heard.
It is my favorite Ultraman
is a
OP.
banger.
It is my favorite Ultraman OP.
I'll save it for when I turn on episode 1.
It's so good.
Unfortunately, it is not on the Mill Creek Blu-ray DVDs.
Oh.
For some reason.
Well, fuck.
Except for episode 3 for some reason.
Wait, it's on episode 3? Exclusively?
Yeah, I think they just missed it.
That has to be the reason.
Yeah, that is definitely the reason.
I wonder if there's a... I wonder if the version... offices. What's over there?
There are ways.
Look over there. I wonder if
that is how I
I'm
watched it originally, and presumably how I will be watching it this time because I need that open.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
It's it's one of the most important Ultra series. So of course I had fan subs before this.
It's a real good opening. Anyway.
Yeah. The artist who sang Deja Vu has a cover of it on Spotify.
Good.
I could ramble about this series for a while. Instead, I'll express my gratitude to the show for introducing me to TV tokusatsu in general, and Ultraman fan in particular, something that I've passed on to my 13-year-old daughter, who loves about half of the new generation / Reiwa Ultras, including Omega, and for whom Ultraman Mebius is her autistic identification / comfort character. That's nice.
That's fun.
My host won't understand this, but Mebius is a friend, so that's nice.
I see.
One day we'll understand.
That's not what Ultraman's a villain.
Well, we will. I'm going off.
Ultraman
I'm
who's
going
a
off.
friend.
I'm going off my 2019 memories of watching Mebius.
I'm rotating the idea of an Ultraman who's a friend in my head.
Well, they're a friend to someone.
Well, they'll have to be friends. We're about to watch a show all about being friends from Planet.
Oh,
Wherever.
Let me finish the email. Because of what? Keep up the good work on the show, and good luck with Ultraman Kids, and with ominous reference to future series redacted.
I see. Thank you.
I don't know what that could be.
Very much. Yeah. You didn't redact that. That was self-redacted.
Yes, that was in the email.
I also was assuming you redacted that. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for your email.
Thank you for your email.
Thank you for your email.
We're getting a lot of new emails this season.
Yeah,
That's nice.
that makes me happy. It is kind of hard, from my perspective, gauging how many people are even listening to us.
Yeah, me neither. We don't get feedback often, so these emails are basically it.
I do appreciate what people write.
Yeah. It's always a welcome.
Wow.
And we hope that you'll get some nice emails for the next season. As we do.
Listen.
As we do Ultraman Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I understand if people don't watch this one along with us. I hope some people do. But I understand.
just a reminder that next week we are starting Ultraman Kids. We're going to be watching the short movie Ultraman Kids, The Pleasant Friends from Planet M7.8. And the first 2 episodes of the 90s TV series, subbed by Mel Creek. Ultraman Kids, 30 million light years in search of Mother. And then the rest of the show will be 3 all the way down. And I guess the coin flip means I have to reveal the bonus segment I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm taking on myself to add some substance to the podcast season about a baby show for babies. I'm tentatively calling it the bite-sized backup, where I bring my own personal backup show that no one else has to watch but me.
Wait, okay.
Because I figure there's another 26 episode anime that is Ultraman coded that we could talk about.
In the prelude to Ultraman Tiga,
yes.
Are you perhaps watching Neon Genesis Evangelion?
Yes, correct.
I see.
It's out of time, obviously, because that's a show in between Tiga and Powered. But Ultraman Kids is the correct number of episodes to make it fit. So I'm okay, I'll just rewatch.
Is Tiga not 96?
Tiga's 96, Powered is 94, and Evangelion's 95.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
I just said the order wrong, but
Oh, I see. I understand.
But yeah. Look forward to that. I don't know how this will work, but I'll try, and it'll probably only be for this one season ever, so, if it doesn't work, it's fine.
All right.
And, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that show since high school, so, it'll be interesting.
Neither have I. Wait.
I rewatched it when the Netflix version came out.
I don't think I did.
I watched Eva as one of my earlier animes before I knew Togu existed, and also crucially before I watched a lot of mecha shows. So now I've seen Gundam and Ideon, so that definitely will change things. So that'll be fun. I don't know what to do with this thumbnail, but okay.
Sorry, It was just in my size, just checking my YouTube subscriptions. Okay. Saw a guy who's, he's all right. Posting about, is Gohan ashamed of being a Satan? A Saiyan?
I would also be ashamed of being a Satan.
Well,
I would not be ashamed of being Mr.
There's a point
Satan.
where it bends, and a point that he just can't take anymore.
That's true.
Anyway.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, anyway, we'll be watching Ultraman Kids for the next 2 months, so buckle up.
Yeah.
And then halfway through that, we'll have the next Detour Quarry, which we haven't announced what it is yet, but, it's,
It's on its way.
So, yeah, beginning of April. And yeah, look forward to that. And also, there'll be some time this week, maybe before this podcast comes out, the last Gamer Up thing ever Catherine and I recorded will be out. Which means next month it'll be something new, and what will be, you'll find out when the episode drops, because we thought it'd be funnier that way. Not even Red Brad, no.
No.
No idea.
So look forward to that.
All right. Well, that is the podcast. If you want to follow us online, you can do so on Blue Sky at UltraQUEUE. If you are still on Twitter, we are also there at Ultra_QUEUE. My name is Red. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm at Red November. Mel, your plugs.
You can send email to ultraqpod@gmail.com. Also, we have the coffee, UltraQ Fund, parentheses. At the time you're listening to this, it's my birthday tomorrow. Close parentheses. No reason in particular to bring that up, but
I see.
Once again, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
They have Uma Musume movie playing in theaters that day, so I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go watch that.
Ooh.
Is Uma Musume also one of those games that gives you shit on your birthday?
Probably. I think every gacha does that.
Yeah, I think they all do at this point.
What if it's your birthday every day?
Well,
what if you change your birthday?
I don't think you can in those games is the thing. I think once you said it, I think it's stuck.
Yeah.
Damn. What if you pick a joke birthday, like the 29th of February?
Oh, it's your new birthday now for the horse girls,
Fuck.
let me tell you. Yeah, you can find me everywhere at BeInvoked. That's BEINVOKED.
Nice.
I don't know how I'm going to do this.
Okay.
But I am rapidly approaching a point in designing my tabletop thing where I am really feeling the urge/push to, before I set some of my stuff in stone, play other tabletop games that I would like to see how certain mechanics and systems work in practice. So I definitely want to start doing this sometime next month. I don't know how it's going to work, but I might be looking for people interested that have the time availability. We'll have to figure this out with everyone who wants to be involved with. But I might be looking to do some one-shots in a variety of RPG systems. Fun. And just, a good excuse to taste test a bunch of different things. So,
yeah.
And I'm assuming I'm going to have gaps to fill because I have friends that would maybe want to do some of them, but probably not all of them. So, I might have more info on that in future episodes.
The fuck is this thumbnail I've gotten?
Let me see this one. Dopamine loading is the easiest way to get addicted to studying. Matthew Smith, 2.7 million views. He's got 2 extremely real graphs.
Yes. You can just do anything.
Dopamine by day?
And loading by... What?
This guy doesn't believe anything he's talking about. I think he's just saying words recreationally, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that image so much.
It's especially funny because that's not something that's not in she was never saying words recreationally.
No, that's what you say.
She's very serious.
That's what you say when you just don't want to have to deal with something. You just gotta break out I was just say words recreationally.
Yeah. I do sometimes think about Tsukihime related media having Kohaku be funny character.
Like a multiplayer?
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that's like, sure. But like, I'm mentally imagining the person that has never touched Tsukihime.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is probably
but it's like, oh, my favorite character is Kohaku.
Criticism of like Tsukihime spin-offs because they do have like play up her playfulness.
Yeah, my main is Kohaku. She's so silly. Plays Tsukihime. What the fuck? Anyway, that's a podcast. Goodbye, everybody.
That is a podcast.
Yeah. Taken off to the sky.
Goodbye.
Later.
Flashing, streaking through the night.
Magnanimous.
地図や実写